My name is Callum Wright, and I'm a 42-year-old self-taught landscape photographer living in a quiet town in Oregon. For most of my 20s, I bounced between jobs that made me feel like a ghost. Accounting, customer service, sales. On paper, everything looked stable, but inside, I felt like I was rotting. It wasn't until I picked up an old camera from a garage sale and started taking long walks through the misty trails of the Columbia River Gorge that something clicked. I didn't have any formal training, nor did I understand shutter speeds or aperture. But I knew one thing for certain. This felt right. That I now understand is what people call internal strength. An invisible engine fueled not by pressure, but by passion. It's funny how people look at me now and say, "You're so lucky you found your passion," or "I wish I had your motivation." But they often miss the core truth. Motivation doesn't come from pushing, it comes from pulling. When you're drawn to something from within, it doesn't feel like effort, even if it is exhausting. When I'm hiking through mud at 4 a.m. to catch the sunrise over a snowy ridge, most would think I'm suffering. But I'm not. I'm thrilled. You see, we've been conditioned to think that success is about discipline alone. But discipline can only take you so far if your heart isn't in it. If you keep trying to fight your instincts, insisting that you should be good at finance when your soul craves music, or should stick to law school even though your mind dances with architecture, you're setting yourself up for burnout. You'll wake up every day having to convince yourself just to take the first step. The people who thrive are not always the most talented. They're the ones whose curiosity has taken root deep inside them. I know a young man named Jordan who works a tough construction job in Portland. He gets off work at 6 p.m., covered in dust, dog-tired. But he doesn't go home. Instead, he heads to a rundown community center where he's part of a breakdancing crew. They practice from 7 to 10, 5 nights a week. Why? Because he loves it. He's not doing it to impress anyone, and he's not getting paid. He's just following something that lights him up. When people ask me, how do I find that kind of drive? I always say, start by listening to yourself. Not your parents, not your boss, not even society. What makes you lose track of time? What activity would you still do even if no one ever saw or praised your effort? Once you find that thing, you won't need someone to keep reminding you to do it. It'll haunt you in the best possible way. It will call to you on your most tired days. And when others say you're working too hard, you'll just smile because you know it's not work. It's joy in disguise. The mistake we often make is trying to install motivation from the outside. We watch pep talks, we set alarms, we write to-do lists, full of goals we think we should have. But unless your goal aligns with who you are, those things won't stick. It's like trying to plant tropical flowers in the snow. So don't chase money first. Don't chase trends. Chase the thing you'd still do if no one clapped for you. You'll know when you've found it, because even if you're covered in sweat, or your muscles ache, or your bank account is thinner than you'd like, you'll feel alive. That, to me, is real success. Others may never understand. They might say you're sacrificing too much. They might think you're strange. But you'll know the truth. You're not suffering. You're thriving, because you are finally following the engine within.